Welcome to the show. This is the MoonBoysPodcast. My name's Theo, and today I'm joined by RomReactor. How's it going today, Rom?
Good. Feeling recovered, refreshed. Was a wild and fun week for me, actually. How about you?
I'm doing good. I've been working lots in this bear market. I think would you say we're like halfway through the bear market now, or are we at the bottom?
With some stuff that I'm looking forward to showing you guys, it could look like we're not even halfway. And then some things I'm still waiting for confirmation. I could give you a sneak peek, but yeah, we'll figure it out soon for sure. It's come
Oh,
like it's definitely coming. What's gonna be like if it's basically something that not to look forward to is if we can keep making higher lows and higher highs like we did previously. But if we go the opposite route and actually make a lower low, that's a good sign for a bottom. So
yeah,
I'm
exactly.
kind of I have a couple things I'm looking at, and yeah, there's a nice something interesting. We could actually just jump right in. Let me add my screen. I didn't do that.
Cool. And nothing
Yeah,
here's
none of
financial
this.
advice. We're not financial advisors, just some guys on the internet.
Share screen window. Yeah, so hmm,
There you go.
yeah, so over the weekend I built this what's called a liquidations heat map, and this shows the biggest liquidation prices where people, if it gets to that price, people are gonna get so wrecked that it's not even funny. Um, in both ways. So I took Binance, Bybit, and I also took Coinbase, but Coinbase doesn't have open interest available within their perpetuals. So I kind of did a script where, based on the volume, it kind of tries to guess Coinbase's liquidation prices. But as well as you could turn it off. So this nice little Moonboys BTC liquidation heat map indicator, and yeah, you have your inputs right here. So you could turn off Coinbase spot volume and just focus on Binance, for example. So if we do that, it hopefully should update, but maybe I have to reload the script.
So, how many indicators do we have now as the Moonboys suite? We have like
Oh yeah,
three
it does
different
update.
ones.
It actually doesn't update that much. So if you think about Binance perpetuals is enough data, but it does update it. Yeah, like if you turn off Coinbase. So Coinbase, because it's using a prediction on its
Yeah.
volume, where it's I made the script more like generous, so Coinbase doesn't have too much influence. But over Binance and Bybit perpetuals, this is where you're kind of seeking the longs and shorts. And I published this script. It's really awesome. It looks at basically the previous prices and open interests, and it gives if it's really looks like it's a resistance, which it technically called. This is pretty cool. If we had this indicator before, we would have known exactly to get out October 8th, October 17th, even, or whatever it was. September, it gave this indicator. It flashed the shorts are there's a lot basically that are too many shorts here. So
This is
um
awesome. How did you code
yeah
this? This is pulling data directly from different exchanges.
yeah. So I used I'm pulling it from these three right here. So
Okay.
settings. Binance futures open interest, Bybit futures open interest, and then Coinbase spot volume. This is the data points it's pulling from TradingView. These two are available. These are published directly from the exchanges onto TradingView. Coinbase doesn't, which sucks. But again, like I said, it's not really too much of an influence anyway.
Hmm.
But yeah, and then from here you're able to see as like the major support would be like this. This would be, and this just as this was a major resistance, and of course there's the levels here you could play with. So you can see that this level was not too far from 160k or right in volume, and it looks like it's right now sliding through all of these little ones. Will it get to this big one as the major support? Will be interesting to see. So this is an interesting play, especially if a recession does happen. Like, because if you look at S&P 500, I mean, we're still at an all-time high. We're not that far. It doesn't work on S&P. You have to turn it off because I didn't do it on S&P. But yeah, if you see S&P is all-time high, Nasdaq is basically at an all-time high. It's not that far. Dow Jones is at an all-time high. Yet Bitcoin corrected 60%. So what's going on? Why is Bitcoin going so bearish while all the stocks are like near all-time highs? So something still didn't finish correcting is my prediction. And this definitely shows you that it's the 10-year and 3 months indicators are increasing. So I definitely see it hit one. What happened to my indicator? It turned off? No
It
way.
seems to act differently on different charts, right?
No, I had like, maybe I didn't know. No, what? My alert got canceled. That's not
Hmm.
good. But yeah, well, I had one alert that if it goes to this, it should hit. Let's see what happened to it. Did it get triggered randomly? Yeah, I had a lot of stuff get triggered.
I'm getting triggered.
Yeah, there's a. No, it seems to have. That's a good lesson too, to how to create an alert. I don't know. Sometimes with Coinbase alerts, it's good to keep up on them, because if they just delete randomly for no reason, that's not good. And I don't see it here, so none of the ones that are active are that one. Nope. Nope. Nope.
You had an alert on the 10-year minus 3-month US?
Yeah. No, I didn't say it. Okay, I'll just re-add it. But it's like weird. I've been noticing this weird thing with TradingView. So you can just right click and you do an add an alert, and then yeah, 99.2 is fine. This is supposed to be GTFO out of all stocks and heavy short. There we go. SPY, more or less. Yeah, so I do have a and then you just hit create. So now it's supposed to, yeah. I don't know where I disappeared like that, but when this hits, once this goes to 1, it's a pretty big indicator to tell you like, hey, something is not right. Last time it hit 1 was 2020. Oh, this is so weird. Oh no, this is the right indicator. Okay, yeah. 2020 March, yeah, before the COVID crash, which was pretty significant. Obviously, when it goes to 1, 2008 was another one. It can then correct itself, and all this shows when it goes up is basically normalcy. It means long-term interest rates are actually paying higher than short-term interest rates, which is fine. But during these periods, when it does go to normalcy, usually we see crazy corrections in the markets, because that's as mentioned like 2 weeks ago. It's people are going to start asking fundamental questions that they're really not asking now, like why is Apple stock at all-time high and worth 3 times as much as Germany, and all their corporations. So things like that, like people are going to start asking, and naturally they're just going to come to a conclusion that everything's overvalued, and that's when price discovery happens to the downside with S&P. And this kind of just shows you that things are becoming normal in the bond space, and the bonds, it's a trickle-down effect, because the most liquidity is in bonds, and then when they start pulling that, it then trickles down to them pulling everything else. And it seems to be Bitcoin, for some reason, had a head start. Maybe because it's people predicted the cycle, like they had this traditional 4-year, so naturally people start pulling out in October, November time, and it just expedited. But for sure, I believe once S&P starts correcting, it's gonna start going down as well. And I believe S&P has a good chance to start correcting soon. What do you think about that?
So how many indicators do we have now with the Moonboys suite of indicators? Is it 3?
So far just 2. It's the Moonboys liquidation heat map for BTC, and the Moonboys the support bands.
Support bands. You had the one with the volume though, like the little blue lines at the bottom. That was a Moonboys too, right?
Oh, the USDC volume, which
I think
again
so.
I don't know why it's not showing. Did I turn it off
It was showing
accidentally?
for Bitcoin, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think something went weird. Wait, was it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
this one
it's
hasn't,
on.
right?
Yeah, I guess it's not. Yeah, because it's a 10-year minus. It doesn't have
Yeah, it's not
volume.
in.
Yeah. So that were did we? So I should probably rename it. Yeah, because this one I remember we added it, but it was like you had to tweak it or something, right, to get it to be in like this position.
Yeah, you had to go to automatic.
Yeah.
Yeah. leaving it on default. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't want to publish this one yet to Moonboys because it's a little glitchy. Like it's not as user friendly as adding this one, liquidation heat map, where you just add it and then boom to BTC.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of have to update this too to not show anything for any other chart, otherwise it would confuse people. And then I have this production cost. So production cost I updated as well, but not fully yet. So everything here is old data. I
Is
haven't
this
updated.
public or this one's private as well?
Yeah, I haven't published it yet, but I will. So this is production costs since basically almost inception. It's like 2011, like a little after inception. And the Cambridge, I updated like with my friend 2024 and up. So I made average electricity cost by 10%. I increased it, due to inflation and everything. I figured it might as well was a good time to increase production cost on average in the United States. And I confirmed it with my friend who mines a bunch of coins. He looked at his costs and he said, yeah, that's about right. So I went from 5 cents to 5.5 cents. And then that kind of pushed the support higher for a lot of stuff where production costs did hold, but then we kind of also saw that we never really even went above the top range of production costs. Here, obviously, I haven't updated it since August 2025, but once I get that data, I will. And what I'm assuming had happened since then was that probably production cost was lowering, and we're probably around here somewhere in the range. Now, this will help determine the bottom. Now, remember, I just said, like, with the liquidations heat map, you have something that's screaming 2020, what is it? 26K might be the bottom. That's the bottom, I believe, if like a major recession happens and Trump will not be able to like V-shape recover it. It's just gonna, spiral out of control and people will be something like a downtrend where, people just keep selling and selling and selling and panicking more and not trusting Trump. There's a chance, right? Probably. I don't know what that probability is. That's for kind of like us to figure out as we go. But yeah, so that screams 25K, but production cost is really going to scream a way better support. And of course, production cost goes up and down. It varies with miners pulling out, but this will show you more of a fair value. So I hope what's going to happen once I update this, when I get Cambridge sends me the data in a week or so, we're going to see a more narrower gap over here, and it's going to be focused more downwards. We could then start determining like, okay, when is a good time to start accumulating Bitcoin, because that's technically like it's as fair value as you can get. I mean, and if you go back with production costs, it really is pretty good fair value. And then when it's above it, it's overvalued. You wouldn't even want to buy it. But even if you were here buying it when it was during production cost, this was good prices, right? From 30K to 15K. Here, for example, was a really good price that people never have missed, because if they were accumulating here, it was above production cost, but then you had that COVID crash and it literally pushed it to production cost. This was a really nice accumulation. This was a really nice accumulation. I mean, and the example keeps going. You just have to put on a log scale because it's Bitcoin. It was like dollars back in the day, but yeah, here's another example of even in a bull trend where it was accumulating on production cost was not even a bad idea. Even though production costs did get cut by a lot, like here, miners did shut down because it was a bear market in 2014. But still, even if you accumulated here, like it was a big drop. You lost like 50%. Production costs dropped more, but eventually it picked back up. And then again, here something happened. Obviously in 2014, miners shut down again. And the support is not always going to be there, like right there. But what I'm trying to say is buying on this support, you're getting a pretty decent price always. Like it's never the case where you're not getting a good discount. It's kind of like how Ivan is treating the 200 weekly moving average. But at least here you're able to see how much it costs for the miners to make and produce a Bitcoin versus a moving average, which kind of like moves with the candles and market price rather than the actual data from the costs.
What was your mindset like at the bottom of the last bear market when Bitcoin was at 15K? What were you thinking at that time? Were you thinking?
I mean, I didn't have any of these, so what I saw was simple moving averages. I just, FTX collapsed. Then I saw Bitcoin reclaim 200 weekly moving average. It went above it. It retested it. It went above it. It retested it again, and that's kind of like that was my confirmation to buy. Basically, I bought around here. The only thing that I messed up on was I just bought a bunch of alts, and and it was kind of like
It was a Bitcoin cycle.
Yeah, it was Bitcoin cycle. ETH took forever. Meme coins usually were popping off here, and then like if your alts really didn't pop off, some of them did. Some of them XRP did amazing for me, but you know I diversified so much that it was like should have just held on Bitcoin and then like invested in memes somewhere here. You know.
I wonder if the next cycle will be the same though, right? Like it always throws us a curveball. So this cycle taught us just buy Bitcoin, forget the rest. But what if the next cycle is like the alt cycle, right?
You would see it though, like it's like the beauty about it. Like with Bitcoin, you don't have to guess. With alts, you guess here, and you your guess never made it while Bitcoin is running, and you're missing everything out. Or you're gonna have to like really be shuffling this and that. While you could just wait, and then you could just see like Bitcoin dominance when during the times of the cycle did dominance really have big corrections here? Maybe November 2024, here maybe June 2025. That was it. That was a good times to buy alts. Like only 2 times. Will this be really? Will we get something like this? Hopefully, but I believe, like I was mentioning throughout the years, even I remember when a lot of people like were thinking of including me, I kind of went bullish. But yeah, here I think you need a lot of easy money. You need a strong dollar for this to happen. You need people to the interest rates to be lower, so there's higher speculation for people to really go into alts heavy. Otherwise, you're not going to see a massive drop like this.
Yeah.
But yeah, even here, like for example, that's something that like here, this was good. Probably alt seasons. If we even look back in the chart, like 2019, I remember was DeFi summer, or was it? Yeah. No, it was DeFi. This was when Uniswap came out. So yeah, this was due to easy money, and it was a lot more profitable. But how often does this happen? You're really kind of like hoping that the banks are going to be on your side, printing to infinity, for this to happen. But these you can catch, and it's nicer to see this like you see something like that, with the BTC dominance, and then you're like, okay, I'm holding Bitcoin. I'm not sure what the price of Bitcoin was here. Let me see. August 2019, Bitcoin was roughly $10,000. I'm sure if you would have bought Uniswap at that time, it was even super cheap as well. And Uniswap did phenomenal. Then of course probably Uniswap corrected. Bitcoin, corrected as well. It went to 3K. But then you had that easy money. So it's like, it's a lot better you held Bitcoin while this is happening, because Bitcoin here was going from like very lows from 1,000 to I think back to like 10,000. It was like really, really low from 2017. I forgot what was the low in 2017. Yeah, 3,000. Yeah, it was COVID. So it was going from 3,000 back to 10,000. So you hold, you bought the bottom, amazing. You made like 3x, and you bought some you take some off the table, you bought some alts, even everything is going back down, but at least now you're holding alts, and you have a better chance. Like kind of what we're actually seeing exactly this in a way, because we never had this big ass easy money, and if a recession does happen, it will cause this. So Bitcoin is right now correcting, and it might correct more, but alts have already corrected so much that we could technically start accumulating alts and maybe spend the rest of the time looking at them.
Yeah. We'll have to spin up a website to have all the Moonboys indicators on it, kind of like James does with his Invest Answers indicators. I could probably vibe code one on Cursor.
Yeah, and we could definitely add these two for now, the heat map and the moving average, because those are important.
I guess we'll have to make like a moonboys.com or something like that.
Yeah, we could do that. Or like moonboys.xyz.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I'll see the comments. We had the big oops. Oh, that's okay. Burbsy, yo. Okay, we got 2 comments.
So I've got the Moonboys line combined with the Moonboys BTC liquidation heat map here. And yeah, we're way below the 44 on Bitcoin. I've got this green box that actually matches up with the top end of your Moonboys BTC liquidation heat map line right at the 144 here. Why does this say 169K? Is that how much volume is at this level?
Yeah, that's like that means there's like 169,000 open interests for the volume, I guess, something like that.
So this line matches up with 51K.
I had the AI like Moonboys BTC indicator. AI like had a nice summary. I made it do. Boys BTC liquidation. Yeah. And it explains it. That's why I like doing when I publish. We should definitely do like you said, have it nice. There we go. Yeah. So here you see everything.
Sweet.
Smart significant detection. Top 30% of levels automatically highlighted. Lightning bolt marks critical zones. Enhanced with borders. Okay. Weak levels stay subtle and reduce noise. Yeah. See, okay, so look back bars 100 to 1000 scan range. So it scans the prior stuff to get the new target leverage steer distance from pivot 25x, 50x, 50 to 100x, 100x plus. Yeah, this is very complicated, but yeah, right here, how it works. Pivot identify. So scans historical data for swing high lows using pivot detection. Then it combines open interest plus volume at each pivot point, creates a weighted metric for liquidation probability. Then it creates a projection zone, calculates liquidation bands based on selected leverage tiers, projected zone where stop losses are likely stacked. And then it gives you the ranking. The significance ranking normalizes all levels against historical range. Top percentile gets enhanced visual treatment. That's the the lightning bolt.
Okay, so yeah, it's volume at each point.
Yeah, volume and open interest, but mostly open interest.
Cool.
Yeah.
Did you get your Rainbow token airdrop? Do you use Rainbow Wallet?
No.
I got like $30, something like that. I don't think I used it enough.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. I mean, I got the Linnea, but like Linnea is now in shit. I'm still holding.
Yeah.
It's airdrops are not really gonna be crazy right now.
Well, I got a decent airdrop from Burb. That was pretty good. Yeah, RNBW is live now. If you've earned points, claim your airdrop in the rewards tab in the Rainbow app. Trading is already available across all major exchanges. Sweet. And then, yeah, Moonbirds had their token. I think we talked about it last week. But I claimed Moonbirds token. Did you get any of that? Claim.moonbirds.com?
Not yet. What we can also look at is the weekly. What is this? It's called Divergences. Yeah, there we go. So right at the moment, there's no really crazy divergences that are happening on the bullish. But once these start confirming, that's kind of like another thing where like the bottom is coming. Because like here, for example, we had so many in the top being confirmed. We had MACD, we had the RSI for sure. I mean, you saw everybody. If whoever didn't see the RSI convergence, then it was like it was pretty like it's going down. This is going up. So that was a big divergence there, and it was confirmed this week. Yeah, money flow. So right now we have nothing. We have a possible MACD divergence, which is this line right here. That means that it's dropping. It's increasing while this is dropping. Possibly. It hasn't happened. It hasn't been confirmed yet.
Yeah, but every recovery, how low did we go? Like 63,000 on Bitcoin?
Last time? Like
No,
here,
like
there was a lot
recently.
of confirmed divergences, for example.
I got down to 60K Bitcoin in the last 3 days.
Yeah, but still nothing was confirmed. So We gotta wait, and then and it just happened the week. This is what I'm saying. Like it's this week, the following weeks is gonna confirm a lot of this, and then you're gonna know if it's a bottom or not. You don't you like. There's no point of rushing this. And most people that are rushing this, I don't know what they're doing, to be honest. Like why, like I question this. I look in the daily, it on Binance at least it took, what is that, 50,000 bitcoins were sold to push the price like 12K, and then only 43,000 bitcoins were bought to basically bring the price back up. So that means like they had to sell 8,000 more bitcoins to push the price down. Most people are just overpaying for Bitcoin. This is what that tells you. Even now. And we think it's a discount. I haven't even bought here somewhere, So it's a little shaky. It's like, especially with this recession, I don't know if Bitcoin is just going to hold it. I don't think it's going to come out as a golden goose to say we're going to fix everything. Usually it's just S&P is going to start dumping. People are going to pull money out. And there's going to be a big deleveraging event.
Yeah, I had 40K as my low, but you mentioned 25K could be a potential production target low, production cost low.
Liquidations heat map. Production cost we're gonna figure out, but production cost is something that, like I was just showing, it adapts to the situation. So let's say like if there is a recession and people are dumping Bitcoin like mad lad, and all of a sudden a lot of these miners start going under, they're gonna make it easier to mine Bitcoin. So the cost of mining Bitcoin is just gonna keep going down and down and down, and that could just be following the price. So like I'm gonna update it, like for example the production, it could be here now, but then as the price goes down to 25K, so can the production cost. All it is just miners have to keep shutting down and selling their ASICs. And it could be just any event, like recession, doom and gloom, US is not able to refinance, even though that's all technically should be bullish for Bitcoin, but it's just Bitcoin is treated as Nasdaq. It's not treated as gold at the moment, at least. Maybe it's in the middle somewhere, but some people treat it like gold. But from my understanding right now, most people treat it as like a Nasdaq. They don't see it as gold. Like like a gold is a historic replacement to the dollar. Bitcoin is just like a new program replacement that's only had like not even 20 years of existence. So.
Yeah, like I noticed on the Bitcoin rainbow chart, we've got down into the buy zone here again, and then on the MVRVZ score, we're close to the buy zone here, but not quite there. Do you see that on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so a little bit more room to go down before we get into this green zone, but that'd be an ideal buy zone down there.
Yep, exactly. Usually. Yeah, so I think there's still room to go. And we just gotta wait. Another thing to look out for is basically the coming. You could even look at it daily. Honestly, just let me turn off the electrical cost. You could see how I'm gonna draw it out for you guys. How is this gonna happen? Like at the moment we made a low, so now we're here, right? So we could make a high, but then we're gonna go back down, right? And then it has to say like how low are we gonna go back down and stay above? If we do something like this and then go back up and then make another higher high and then go back down and then keep another higher high and go back up. If we do something like this is bad, horrible. This would mean we're probably going to see another like drop, down like to here very quickly.
Why would higher highs and higher lows indicate a drop?
Because it's like you're chasing higher profits for like you're being like the like it's not like you're usually in a bear trend. The market makers, they want to exhaust the bullishness out of the market and get the best lowest price. And when they see people staying bullish and bullish and bullish like idiots, they will play with you. they're gonna make you support here. They're gonna add another support here, and you're gonna buy, and then they're gonna like what they did here, like fuck out of here, you know. Like, and then it's like, oh well, you were buying all over here, but now you're like $30,000 down, and you could have, you could have started buying here. But the whole thing is, what you want to see is the opposite happen. Let me just remove it and redraw it. What you really want to see is this. So like, let's say we're back to, we created this high. Next week we're gonna retest. So if we go like this and then hold, for example, and then we start recovering, and then we start doing like a higher high,
The W.
something like that. Yeah, then you get a W, exactly, and then it's good. Then it's way better. But you need to break this. We need to break 60K for that confirmation to happen. Like, we need to go lower, and then we need to hold somewhere high. We need to high. If we go too low, if we go like then it's just like, okay, then we're gonna have to again wait for another support. But that's what we're kind of looking in the chart. So like, let's say we just like fuck it, we go lower again. We go down to 50K support, and then we start bouncing. Then again, you're kind of like looking for the same thing. You want it again to be a little bit lower, And then and once you see something like that, it's beautiful. I mean, and I could go into historic range. We could take a look at all the corrections. They will all very similar. Oh shit, sorry. Like here, for example, lower, low, up, lower, low, up. Where else?
Fuck it,
this was the uptrend, yeah. Lower, low, up. But this one took even longer. You see where it goes up, bad, up, bad. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
You want it to be lower. Like again, going up, bad. Lower. I haven't kind of noticed this. Maybe one of you guys from I want to know this because I feel like you guys we're all a part of the Ivan community, and somehow a lot of like our alpha information goes to Ivan like the following week. Theo, is it you?
Well, yeah, like I'm still in the Bullmania Discord, and I'm posting like meme coins in the meme coin channel and stuff like that. And so Ivan definitely pays attention in there a little bit, but he doesn't.
It's
like
good, but I hope
like
it's good, but I just we're missing that shout out. We're missing we're so much alpha we're finding here, and it's like
I got a couple from Ivan.
That's what's up. That's good. At least that's good. If somebody's getting the credibility, I'm happy. Because I feel like Ivan tries to take so much credit. I'm like, bro.
You just gotta join the Bullmania Discord.
This one for sure. Like, and you could see here, lower, low, boom, up. And this happens every time. Like here, well, the COVID is a little bit hard to tell, but ignoring the COVID, here was really good. For example, we had a lower low, pump to the upside. It was just kind of like inter-bull, so there was not really like heat, but it was still a nice pump. Whoever took thought this was gonna go forever, took that risk. But even if you got in here, like you saw that lower low, amazing play. You went from, sorry, I have to get rid of this. You went from 7,000 to 10,000, so it's like almost 50% for 30% gain. And then let's say you even missed taking profits here, and then it went back down. But then again, you saw another low. Again, amazing buy opportunity. Like COVID was a little red flag. It could have. Like nobody can predict this. That's why it doesn't make any sense. Like it doesn't have that lower low formation. It was just like such a collapse and recovery, V shape. You're not gonna predict this, but yeah, like even the one before that, again, like boom, low, recover, lower low, and then from there up only.
And shout out to the original Deb saying short uptrend in macro downtrend is a classic bear flag.
Yeah, exactly. It's a bear flag, or bear pendle is another way to say it. But yep, these are all classic, and they happen quite frequently. And when it's a downtrend, it's a good sign for it that it's gonna. When it makes a lower low, amazing. So this is what we're looking for. What I'm looking for, and yeah, we could keep going back. Let me see how back we could go. Here's another market, a crash that happened where we saw this desperation, rejection, desperation, rejection. So we might see something like that. We just saw this, we see this again, and then we would create such a big low that This one kind of never got retested, but it was already. You see how they fooled people twice? They didn't really need to do it the third time. It was already like it went sideways, and you could say that this is already not an upper thing because this is more like a consolidation. It's going into a box. The one thing to fear is these things, these little things. Initially, but in the long term, if it turns into a box like this, that's what's called a consolidation, and that's bullish. These little things are, unless it's a bull trend, you see, like consolidation, we got into a bull trend, then that's fine. Then it's like, then you're getting what's called our bull flags when you see that they're, and they get pushed up.
So we spent 40 minutes talking about Bitcoin. Do we have any alts we're looking at here?
I've been out of the alt game. The only thing I've been looking at was options, which is this right here. I've been personally, and this is just volatility options. So with this, you're betting on increased volatility, and usually that happens in the morning. But you kind of have to get out of these after morning, unless there's some serious panic. But yeah, I've been looking at this option. I've been looking at taking some of my stocks and refinancing them into these ones because I have like a big Palantir holding, but I wanted to get maybe some more AMD, some more Vertex Pharmaceuticals, Post Storage, Berkshire. Is this Bank of New York Mellon? So
are you doing options on those ones?
No, these ones I just wanted to buy more as like stocks and eventually have start accumulating them once the S&P. But some of these I have like very small shares, like 0.5 shares, 0.3. I want to make it into like whole shares so that it'd be easier to accumulate.
100 shares.
Exactly. Yep. But yeah, so I'm trying to build my options portfolio at the moment. And with alts, we could start looking. Let's go.
Cool. I'll share my screen. So let's go to the weekly. So MYX is popping up on the altcoin season top performers over the last 90 days. So we have MYX, CC, PAXG, Gold, SKY, and BCH. Over the last 90 days, those were the only profitable ones. And yeah, we do see that on the weekly crypto bubbles. MYX, they're up 24% on the week. If we go to the daily, we see Aster, Caspa, Leo, ZRO, and DCR. And then on the hourly, we're seeing ZRO and Caspa. I've been trading in the trenches. Of course, we got the Moonboys token. Easy called this Mystic token, which I'm down 28% on. And I'm currently sitting in this one called ZHC, which stands for Zero Human Company. And I'm down 2% on this one. Yeah, so pretty much MYX is the one we'd want to take a look at here.
Yeah, I know that one. I used to trade on their exchange. It's a very small. It's a very small perpetual exchange, and I'm not sure exactly why their token pumps so much. The team, they're cool. They're responsive. Like when I had problems with my trades, they like helped me out. But am I bullish in terms of them versus Hype? I think Hype is way better than them. I haven't used Hype, but like I would not. It's a mixes, I think, on Lonea and some like Pancake Swap maybe. But...
Yeah, Hype's been coming back a little bit here. Original Dab said we are still under macro 50%, so unless we get above that quickly, much more downside to come. But yeah, I always keep Hype open here on the Hyperliquid website. It looks like I overtraded it. This should have just been one buy, one sell, but I hit buy, sell 100 times here.
Short uptrend in macro, downtrend is a classic.
I haven't been trading it lately.
We're still under macro 50%, so unless we get above that quickly, much more downside to come.
Do you mean macro, the ISM? Is that what you mean?
Macro 50%. Should we go back
to
the
ISM is at 52%. And ironically the ISM is going up. But yeah, it's also at a resistance. Well, it's a monthly chart. Oh, it's only on a monthly chart. ISM is only monthly.
We can take a look at majors like Ethereum, Solana, things like that as well. Fib from 15.5 low to 126K high. Okay, let me try that.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I had that before. Kind of took it away. My bad. This headphones just putting a little pressure on the top part. I don't know why
Okay,
they
that's
do that.
15. No, I have to go the other direction. This high all the way down to the low.
Oh, the other way around from up to
No, it wasn't giving me anything. I could though. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, so start at the 15 and go up to here. So this gives us our levels here.
Retracement, it's called.
Macro 50%. So we're still below this 0.5 level. So then the next level below this is the 0.618 at 57K.
Yeah.
And then the 0.786 lines up with my green box I've drawn here as well for the bottom of it at 40K.
Yeah. I mean, like, the golden rule of fib retracement is like the 0.618 is supposed to be this mega support, but that's if it's a bull trend. So like, but using a fib retracement on a longer time frame, like how we're just doing it right now from 15K to the all-time high, yeah, it should work. But you know, like if this breaks, then it's like it could easily go here. But then your levels are like off, you know, like so that's why we built this liquidation heat map to kind of make it easier for us to spot levels that the fib retracement would not show us, including this 25K. So if we pair these two together, we can see that the next level is the 0.618, a little bit above, like 58K. Once I get the production cost, it would be very interesting to see if production cost lower bound is actually somewhere on this level. And if both of those line up, I mean, it's actually a including both of those line up, including us getting rejected from the 0.5 and then actually going to the 618. If that happens, I mean, that could be a good, like, intermittent, like, is the word intermittent? Is I'm not sure. Intermittent, yeah, bottom. Could be a good intermittent bottom until further notice. Because then that would do what we just saw, a confirmation of no more bear flag, but more like exhaustion of bulls. But at the same time, some buyers stepping in, right? Yeah, and let's see, and then again, if it cracks this 618, we might be going all the way down here to the 0.786. So, and these are the levels right here. So yeah.
I'm with it.
And of course we have a little bit of support here at 50K. Obviously, this is like a big psychological thing. 50K was so. From here we got the bounce. So just to repeat, we should get rejected here because it's a bear trend. We're looking at a possible support at 58K. If that one breaks, then we're looking at a possible support at 50K. But of course, that already goes a little bit too far from our, like, the way I drew it, from it to being like a, you know what I'm trying to say? Like a nice consolidation lower bottom. That would already kind of push us into 50K, and then we would have to, you could buy a little bit here, but you know, like kind of like Ivan has a good, that I got to give it to him. That's a very good thing what he does with the trenches. So like 25-30% of your portfolio you could start buying here, like, you know, you could do a 10 trench or something like that, like he does,
Tronches.
or a 5. You could call it trench, or you could call it like a bag. You divide your big bag of buying the dip into 5 smaller bags, and then you slowly buy with those, like depending on what
the ladder out.
Ladder out, ladder in. Yep.
Yeah. Tranches.
Yeah. Tronches, yeah. So that's actually a very nice. Thank you. The original dab, yeah, that was really cool. That was a really good question. And
okay,
for us to review.
So let's jump into like Ethereum, Solana. Maybe we'll have time for hype, and then we could do a weather report at some point as well.
Let's do it. Oh, Solana and Ethereum. I have it right.
Yeah, I get the majors in there.
So Ethereum.
Shout out to Matt each and every time.
Yep. Ethereum is kind of like it bounced off this big consolidation here, but it's still following Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes back down to back down to 50 to 60,000, I think Ethereum might follow, and then you're looking at this price to hold or not, which is around 1,500.
Ethereum's at a pretty big support here, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But then again, it's like it also shows weakness, like the daily PSAR hasn't hit yet. Meanwhile, in Bitcoin, it did get hit. Oh, I moved that accidentally. Let me lock it. Like the daily PSAR hasn't hit yet. You see, over here. So it shows a little weakness that it's not even able to hit it. Since 3,300 basically.
I still don't understand the PSAR.
PSAR is like the
like
RSI.
these tiny dots. It's like so hard to see.
Yeah. I could change the color. I could make them like a brighter color.
Yeah, it's a bit easier actually.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
So if it hits those, it flips and becomes a support on the SAR, right?
Yeah, it would go to the next bottom. So
Okay.
it'll be a support here, and then it's going to
Got
incrementally
it.
go up, and then when it hits, it goes the other way. But if it doesn't even hit it on a daily, while Bitcoin was having such a strong recovery, it does show weakness. It shows that, you know, like market makers are not expecting this price. So like again, PSAR is a prediction trend indicator. So it's just and it gradually decreases. So of course, if we stay in this price tomorrow, come Monday, it's gonna get hit. Because it's gonna go down. But if we right now get rejected and don't even see this, that's a bearish indicator. Like with PSAR, if it hits, then you have like a little bullish narrative. Like, okay, nice. We have a daily bullish. You could put a stop loss on the bottom part of it, and you could ride it up, right? So it's like a trend indicator for trading. But if you look at a weekly, I mean, it's like you could see how bad it, like on a weekly Ethereum is. It didn't even hit it here. So that's kind of like saying like the money line is still bearish. The money, you know.
Yeah.
And it's you want it to hit. Like here it hit, even though it beamed right through it, but it flipped everything bullish. So now even if you would have bought it here from 2,500, you would have rode it to 4,800, and you would have sold here at 4,000. So you would have made a nice like $2,000 almost, something like that, right?
What's the Bull Mania line called now? Is it still? It's not called the Morales line. Is it called the money line? I can't even find it.
Not sure. But yeah, these are.
Oh, I think I have access to it. That's amazing. I didn't even know I had the money line.
So with Ethereum, I mean, like.
Here, let me show the money line on my side.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, I have the daily. Let me go to the weekly or the 5-day money line for Ethereum. So yeah, looking very much like the SAR. Go to the weekly. Yeah, so that's where we're at with Ethereum. This is really cool though. I actually have the money line unlocked.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so the flip level's at 3,000, 3,100.
Yeah, and then if you look at it on a daily, let's look at it on a daily.
I hate the daily.
It's still bearish. Yeah, it's not the best. Like it's for short-term trading, so it's still
lowest
showing weakness.
Go on money line is like a 2-day. That's the lowest I would go on a money line.
Yeah.
I find the 2 days or the 1 day is just too unreliable.
Yeah, because it could throw you off. I mean, it's not that unreliable if you look at it. The 1 day flipped over there, and then it had a little fake out, but you would still roll it all the way down. It's just kind of like random
noise. Like, look, it's just so many signals, right?
Yeah, that's why you have to. On a shorter time frame, you have to mix a bunch of other things to give you a confirmation. You know.
Yeah.
Better confirmation. That's why I was like looking at Ethereum now on the long term. Like if Bitcoin is still bottoming out, you think Ethereum is all of a sudden gonna have a bull run? Probably not. Solana, let's look at that. That one has a way more potential drop.
Yeah, I'm scared. I'm holding a lot of Solana right now. I failed to sell the top.
I mean, if you fail to sell the top, just make sure you're staking that Solana, so at least they're not eating you that way.
Yeah.
The only thing with Solana is it like let's say it might go to $30. It might go to this range.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You just buy more. Yeah, Solana is very volatile. I mean, it even went from $1 to $46 initially in 2021, then went back down to $8. So it's good that it's kind of it never even retested this.
Sol going down to at least $40. What does heat map say?
Yeah, the heat map is right now only for Bitcoin. I could make it dynamic. But I would have to make it so that every time you pick a symbol, that it knows to monitor the perpetuals, which is going to be a little tricky.
Does the heat map only work for Bitcoin right now?
Yeah, that's why it's called the BTC heat map.
Oh, got it. Okay, cool. I think I actually have a heat map though for Solana. Let me see if I can pull it up.
Soon.
I'll share my screen. Okay, so Sol USDT liquidation heat map. Have it on the 1 month.
Again,
so what is this showing me here?
Sol map liquidation below. Make it bigger.
$73 on the monthly. I'll go out to the. Oh, that's the highest it has is the monthly. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, it's got $73 for the lowest.
Yeah,
not a lot of
those things already all got. They all because it's not showing you. It's only going back for a month. You don't
Everything
have
got cleared out.
You don't have prehistoric data. Is there a way to access it?
I could try different providers like Magma here. It's just colors. Yeah, as far back as it goes is like 1 month. It looks like. Yeah. Yeah, because Bitcoin goes back like 3 months or more, I think. Yeah, you can get a 6 month on Bitcoin.
Let's see that. Let's see what it says.
On
might
Bitcoin?
not say too much, but yeah.
I usually like the 3 month is my sweet spot for Bitcoin. We can see. I'll go back. Yeah, nothing much on there, but if I go Sol liquidation heat map, let's see if we can find anything.
Yeah, I'm trying to Google something too, but.
This one has a 3 month for Solana. It wants me to log in. So that's the same one we just had.
DeFi Llama, let's see. DeFi Llama has something.
Okay, I'll go back to yours.
Okay, there we go. Well, it's not what we would want to see, but big supports: $81, $70, 67, 63.
6.7.
So 6.7 looks like it's the hugest one. And then from there, 6.3. And then $9. Are we gonna go to 25k Bitcoin, $9 Solana? Let's go, guys.
If Solana goes back to $15, I'm gonna buy so many NFTs.
Let's go, guys. What are we gonna do? What's happening? Yo, should we do this? I don't know if we could do this, but
okay, I have a 3 month Solana heat map here now.
I've never
That's
used
the highest this goes.
How do you use Hyperliquid?
Still showing same thing though, $70.
How do you use Hyperliquid? Can I log into a Hyperliquid?
I have Hyperliquid open.
Your access and product services in a jurisdiction, restricted jurisdiction. We do not allow access.
Yeah, you'd have to use a VPN. You have to go to Mexico or Canada.
Those bastards. They don't want me to trade on Hyperliquids. Okay. Yeah, I'm turned off VPN just so that I could make the stream better. But let's see, maybe you can do it. You're in Canada. I want to see the like what position would be. This is like a test position. We could maybe even put like $1 in it just for the shits and giggles. But so BTC currently is sitting at 71. Okay, perfect. So, and then the heat map is showing us 26k. Okay. So let's say you're I'm going Hyperliquid.
Okay.
And now let's do a short position, and we're gonna keep upping the leverage until our liquidation price is
on Bitcoin?
Yeah. It's
Okay, let me pull up
about
Bitcoin shorts.
85K. 86K.
Okay, short.
Yeah.
What leverage?
We're gonna keep upping the leverage until our liquidation price is 86K.
I think I have to put in some actual money here. Please hold. Funding my Hyperliquid account. While I do that, do you want to jump into a weather report there, Rom?
Oh, yeah, read it fast. Let's do it. Let's just have to open now.
What's your view on timing of the end of bear market?
What's
Fall, winter 2026?
Yeah. It could be, again, depending on if a recession even happens and how bad it gets. And also how fast they start printing to combat any downturn. But if nothing happens, if everything is fine with S&P 500, for example, it just keeps making all-time highs, Bitcoin should bottom June, October. Naturally, it'll probably just bottom. But if we have like a recession in play, it could be different. We're really looking at different things. Because you have actually people losing jobs, right? Like a recession isn't like, could get ugly. It could get ugly if a lot of people start losing jobs and all of a sudden they can't afford mortgage payments. They're not going to buy Bitcoin. They're not, it's going to be anything heavy dumping of Bitcoin. But yeah, let's see. So hype and the news report. Where is it? Why is it not opening?
Should be in the private chat.
Okay, there we go. JavaScript error. Oh, that's weird. My Discord didn't open here. Oh, it's downloading something.
Okay, I should be able to deposit on Hyperliquid now. Still not yet. Okay, has to wait till it settles.
Okay, all right. News report. Get the music going. The total crypto market shed $500 billion, and the Fear and Greed Index dropped to 8, the lowest record level since the FTX crash. Polymarket filed a trademark for the Poly token. Bitcoin wicked to 55K on BitHump as they accidentally airdropped 620,000 BTC to users. Vitalik released an X post saying that L2s do not make sense anymore, as well as dumped a bunch of tokens. Crypto news. News broke that a senior UAE royal purchase, United Arab Emirate royal sheikh purchased 49% of Trump World Liberty Financial for $500 million before his inauguration. Days before his inauguration. Hype to BTC ratio hit new all-time high. That means hype is going up. Perp Dexes recorded the second highest day of trading volume on Thursday. Strategy announced a new Bitcoin security program to address quantum threat. He also said that Bitcoin should not go below 8,000 and that's when he would sell. AI looks to hire crypto experts to teach AI models how to trade on chain. Macro news. SpaceX acquired AI in a deal that XAI in a deal that values the new company at $1.25 trillion. China resumed rare metal exports to Japan. They also banned unapproved CNY stablecoins, so that's the Chinese yuan. Software equities crashed after fears stemming from AI growth. Kyle Samani stepped back from Multicoin Capital. US House passed a bill to end government shutdown. And then we have some tokens and NFTs. Rainbow Wallet, we did that. They dropped the Rainbow token. Flying Tulip did an allow list sale. It went live. Truth Social added the DJD ticker to their username. And CyberKong's announced Just Star token that flips NFT collections for a loss.
Hell yeah, just in time for the music to end.
Yeah.
Great weather report as always.
Yeah,
Cool.
we missed one, which was Elon Musk said he will put Doge on the moon, but yeah. Yeah, I always saw this. I have like, let's double check this while we're here. I'm gonna just ask AI. Can Doge block rewards? Give a user infinite or like a trillion Dogecoins. Because technically, to my understanding, Dogecoin is random. Okay. Are fixed at 10,000 per block, and the total supply increased by exactly 5 billion Doge each year. Oh. Okay, never mind. So it's a fixed 10,000.
It says I don't have enough
block.
Ethereum for gas fees, but I have $42 of Ethereum. I think Hyperliquid's wilding out. I already tried refreshing it. I'm not sure what else to do.
What happened? Oh, block.
Disconnect and reconnect, maybe?
Yeah. The money's not showing up, you're saying?
It said I didn't have enough Ethereum for gas, but I definitely do. On Arbitrum. Okay, now it's working.
Nice.
Okay, so we're shorting Bitcoin for some reason.
Not for some reason, but following the liquidations heat map.
Okay, so walk us through the trade.
Yeah, so we keep upping the leverage until the liquidation price is of 86,000.
86.
Probably like 10x.
Okay, there we go. I got a 14x.
So we could do a 14x to get liquidation 86k.
Yeah, I got it. Liquidation 86.1.
Sick. Yo, you give it a try. Let's see how much money I mean, if you want to, depending how much money you want to put in. But wait, if you put more money, the liquidation goes up and down? Or no?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so put in however much money you want to put. And then shit, why is it like that? Hold on, that's a little weird.
Let's go. Okay, 14x shorting Bitcoin. Live on the show.
Yeah, and then of course, don't forget to post that on Bullmania if we do get make gains. That'll be awesome.
85 bucks of cross margin.
You know, it's all about the percentage gains at the end of the day. Like, you put a slap on the back, even if we do like in the next week, if it starts shorting like crazy, it makes like 100-200% gain. That's amazing. We don't have to ride it all the way to 25k. It would be really if you want to do it as an experiment to 25k, I would just love to see what a 14x lever. So you put like what, 30 bucks or something, 10 bucks in there?
Yeah, it must be something like that.
Let's see, like 10
position value $1,200. So 85 bucks of cross margin. So 85 bucks at 14x leverage is $1,200.
I guess so.
That would kind of make sense. Yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah. Okay, nice. Okay, so let's see. Let's see how, if it goes all the way to obviously you have a lot of time to pull out, and once we do see some kind of a bottom formation, like as we discussed earlier in the show with the candlesticks, you probably close the position then at a profit. But yeah, if we keep going down and down and down, like getting more desperate and desperate as we go, and we actually do hit this heat map liquidation is that 26k. That'll be really cool to come back to this and just see like, holy shit, Theo made like a 15x or more, you know?
Yeah, I'll hold strong. I won't panic dump right after the show ends.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Yeah, we'll come back to it next week if I haven't gotten liquidated by then.
Yeah, and I might recreate this position after the show because I just got to turn on my VPN.
Yeah,
because I was just interested to this. Aster, is it another one? Oh, they don't have
Apex Pro is a good one as well.
They don't have a like KYC over there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a Binance product. But yeah, we're over an hour here. Do you have any final thoughts there before we wrap?
No, I think we discussed like a lot of stuff. I'm pretty good.
Cool. Me too. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the video, and we'll see you on the next one.
Cheers, guys.
Moonboys out.